Shut up and sit down.
Okay guys, I've been really busy today. I've been working on my videos this morning and I will never make that long of a video again, ever. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. It was super long, way too long. It was a nightmare, okay? But today I got to read Fawkes and I got to page 140 and I got to the part where it's now saying black. So right before chapter 1 it had a page where it said gray, and now I'm at the part where it says black, and Thomas is now the ward of Emma, and like kind of feel dumb now because in the beginning I was like, she's not going to be the love interest, but now I know she's going to be the love interest because it says there's going to be a love interest and she's the only girl he's close to. And I want to see more of his ability with the sword because it's talked about, and we see his ability once when he's fighting that one guy who is the leader of all this, and I keep forgetting his name because I'm a dunce. I'm just gonna say Catsby. And it's funny how like there's so many Thomases. All writers want to give their characters like really unique names and everything. Well, a lot of the time what gets ignored is like the common names. The names that tons of people are named. Like tons of people are named Mary or Joseph, or wait, did I just say Mary and Joseph? Yeah, I did. Okay, anyways. But you know what I mean. Those are like super common names. He's named Thomas, and then two other people in the group are named Thomas. Well, one is called Thomas, and the other is just Tom, but Tom is short for Thomas, so you know. I just thought that was really cool. And Percy's got issues. You can't just go cutting people up for no reason. You're gonna draw suspicion, okay? And I don't know why I don't want to, but Thomas has been writing to his friend, to Norwood, and Norwood's like too nice for a book. Do you know what I mean? There has to be some sort of catch. That's the way fiction, literature, fantasy works. Things are turned upside down. I have a feeling that Norwood has either a link to the Igniters and he's been like half spy through Thomas. Like that's the reason he helped Thomas when he got his plague, is because he could use Thomas to get to his father. But like I don't want to believe that, but the writer's side of me is like, he's too good to be true. Okay guys, I have to go. I will be back in the same situation after I help with dinner because I chose a bad time to start making this video. Bye bye. Okay guys, I finished eating, I did my dishes, I fed the cats. Here's one of them now, even though you can only see her back and her tail. Yeah, and I'm ready to talk more because I got things I have to say. Bye, girl. And you may or may not want to hear them, but I assumed if you did not want to hear it, you would just skip this part or not be watching this video. So, we're gonna get going. One thing is that I want to talk about is why Emma is like always wrapped up. Thomas made the guess that maybe they're keeping their mask on because they have the plague, but I think that's too simple of an answer because if you'll remember, Emma wears her mask all the time. She keeps her collars like up to her neck. She always wears those long sleeves and the long dresses and the gloves, and apparently that's normal for girls to do in this era. I don't know, like she definitely could have the plague and that's why she's covering up all the time, but I feel like that's too simple of an answer, you know? Usually if it's the first thing you think of, it's not correct. Unless it's math, always choose your first answer, unless you know for a fact it's wrong. And so I love how it's like a mixture of real life and fantasy, you know? It's just, they're talking all about London and things are going on, and they're naming bridges, and I love how there's a pudding lane. Like, I wonder if it's just made that because like there's the marketplace on it and there's tons of sweets there, or if it was like named before that. Anyways, oh, I want to show you guys something. It is so cute. I mean, it has nothing to do with what's going on here, but this is a vlog, so I can talk about regular life. My brother made this for me. He's only 5, guys. But apparently, that's me, and if you'll notice, like, I've got heart eyes. I don't think you can see it at all. I hope you guys can see it. I can't tell. Like, I have this mirror behind the camera, so I can tell if it's still recording, but I can't see myself very well because I've recorded entire videos before only to realize that it stopped recording after 33 seconds. So now I always keep a mirror back there so I can see if the light's blinking. But I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's apparently me so happy because he made me a heart, and it's kind of like what happened in real life. Like, he's handing me a heart in the picture, and then in real life he's handing me this picture with a giant heart on it, and I just thought it was so absolutely adorable. It's just, you gotta love the little kids, right? Oh, okay, I forgot to tell you guys about this yesterday, but this weekend I thought of an amazing idea. Like, I've always wanted to do one of these things. Like, I haven't done my Star Wars tag yet, but I thought of like the Star Wars kind of like readathon thing. It would be for like a month, right? And I don't know, the idea struck me and it's kind of like carried me, and if all goes well, I might actually post it before I even post this video, so you guys will know if I've succeeded or not. I've seen a whole bunch of people doing that whole Owls readathon thing, but I'm not into Harry Potter, so I don't want to do that. So I'm like, why not make kind of what that is, but for Star Wars, right? So I've listed like a whole bunch of like Star Wars occupations, and then the books you would get for that occupation. So there's like 3 different categories that you have to fill for books, and then one that just has to be any old Star Wars book, any Star Wars book that you want to read. I don't know exactly what I would call it. I don't know, like the non-Star Wars book tag. It's not really book tag, it'd be more of like a readathon TBR kind of thing. So, Star Wars readathon? But it's not like just for Star Wars books, it's for other books as well. I got it, okay, I got it. We could call it
the Extended Universe Readathon TBR.
something like that. That's close enough. So I don't know, maybe I'll come out with that on like May the 4th or something. It's exciting. Of course, you know, if you're watching this, I probably already put it out, so I'm being redundant, but futuristic? Redundant? I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I've blabbed enough. I need to just go and do stuff. It's one of my biggest angsts in life. I think about doing things, and I prepare to do things, and I plan to do things, but then sometimes I don't actually do things. So that's something I gotta work on, and I'm gonna fix that right now. Bye, guys! Okay, guys. I've been reading, and I want to say that I was wrong, and I apologize for accusing Norwood of being secretly bad, because he's not. And if you don't want to hear spoilers, this is a spoiler, so just skip this. He died, and I'm just like, oh, I just finished accusing him of being bad, and then he just goes and dies. That's not right, guys. Okay, but here's my thing. What if, okay, because Thomas was just talking to Caspi about Norwood joining maybe, and he mentioned that he was going to be coming in a day or two, right? What if Casper be, whatever his name is, not Casper, what if he's actually bad? He believes in the Keeper cause, right? But he's keeping details of it, of the who, what, when, where, and whys to himself. And there's another alternate meaning for this plot that he's not telling people about, and he don't want to add just anybody. And so, since he didn't have a legit reason of not keeping Norwood, and because Norwood probably knew something, he got rid of him. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm just gonna go from one conspiracy theory to another, so I'm gonna get back to reading now. I can reach it! Guys, I'm reading this, and like, I love how he's just kind of like one of those characters that like you don't like agree with him on like everything he does. Do you know what I mean? And how does he not understand what she's spoken for means? That's pretty simplistic. He did not live under a rock or anything, okay? So while he was politically ignorant, I'm sure there was plenty of drama at that school, okay? How does he not know what that means, and how did he not get the implications? Definitely shown earlier that he's possessed the other guy, forget his name, that's his new name, forget his name, is possessive over Emma. It's kind of pretty obvious, and that her caretaker and his son, they know what's wrong with her, and I know I want to know what's wrong with her, and this camera's very shaky, I'm sorry, but he was being not nice, and then she was all like, I feel like she's too nice. She's all like, oh, I'm tough, oh, I can do what I want, oh, I want to be independent. Besides for whatever flaw she's hiding, she doesn't seem to have like a deep flaw. But that may be because, you know, we're not really seeing from her POV. Maybe she's fighting stuff that we don't even know about. What page am I on? I don't know. Wait, yeah, I'm on chapter 22. And I'm on page 204. And yeah, I feel like something like big is about to happen. Do you know what I mean? Because like his plague has spread and it's all the way up to his forehead now, and that guy who is like his enemy, I don't understand why he wants to know Guy Fawkes, but I guess we're gonna find out. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've updated you guys on my reading of Fawkes, and it's just been like, I wouldn't say a roller coaster, but it's been like all up in my feels. Okay, that sounded weird. I feel so bad for Winter, or however you pronounce it. How do you pronounce his name? I'm just gonna say Winter. His mask broke and he was like just so strong with it, and he's a happy little shrewd man who's wise but funny and nice, and it's why couldn't it have just happened to the other guy? I mean, not that I don't like the other guy, it's just that we don't know as much about him, and he's not as strong in his mask, so why couldn't the stronger one keep his mask? You know what I mean? Anyways, a whole boatload of stuff has happened, including them going to a ball, which is like so YA novelish. They went to a ball. A masked ball, but not like a mask with like hard stuff, like a fabric mask. And I just like, off the subject of the ball, I just love how like all the conspirators were just like accepting of him and be like, if we were gonna catch it, we probably would have caught it by now, so come work with us, because, you know, we're working. It was just all so nonchalant. Like, there's nothing really besides that they could have done that would have been as good as come work with us, you know, because their work is like their main goal. It is their mission. They would die for this. And then they're just like, work with us. That's like kind of like being back invited into like this little group of acceptance. For those of you who have read the book, I assume you've read the book if you're watching this or are reading it, you'll understand. Okay, so they go to the ball and, you know, everything happens. I was totally taken unexpected by this. His plague is cured by rainbow mask guy thing, dude. I'm like, I was just imagining like his mask, like he's got the full-on mask, but like there's rainbows going like this across it, kind of like diagonal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Anyways, he is cured of the plague, and he finds out that Emma is actually, like, she's not flawed like we all, well, I say we all, but I'm meaning me, because I don't know what you guys thought. Like, I thought maybe she had, like, a super embarrassing, like, skin condition or something like that, or she had, like, a different version of the plague, or I was thinking all kinds of, like, skin diseases, you know? But it turns out she's just black, and, like, she's avoiding all the stigma that goes with that, and it's like, oh, and then it makes you think about her guardian and of Henry and everything, and it's like, why do they care so much about Emma? What connection do they have with Emma? Because we don't really know that. We know Emma is his ward, and that Henry says she's spoken for by him, but we don't know how they came together. You know what I mean? I didn't really think about this, but the more we learn about like the color powers and everything, the more I'm thinking of why he controlled White Light when he didn't have a mask. Because if you'll remember, he spoke to White Light when he was in the prison cart and it opened the lock for him. But Emma did state that you don't control White Light, you ask it, so maybe since you ask it, you don't need to mask it. Okay, no, that was bad. I absolutely love, like, seriously love the amount of just, like, historical stuff being put in here. Like, okay guys, I need to admit something to you, and some of you will be like,
seriously? Are you kidding me? How can you be that ignorant?
but I didn't know Guy Fawkes was a real person. Like, and I was looking stuff up, and I saw the things for the book V is for Vendetta, and that led me to this, and that led me to that, and I was just like, oh, that's a real thing. Gotcha. Like, I've seen people with those masks before, but I thought it was like from some vigilante movie. And apparently there is a movie based off Guy Fawkes, but I didn't know that like this whole gunpowder plot was based off an actual historical event. I do not major in history, guys, and the whole time I was in school, we learned about American history, particularly the Revolution, over and 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 over again. We did not dive into other worlds, and when I was being homeschooled, we were in like deep history. Like, we were studying, you know, around Christ's time, and then we got into medieval. I loved medieval, by the way. That's just like, I loved learning about it. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The point is that I never learned about this time, never really dived deep into it, like, at all. So I was kind of surprised. Like, I knew this was like historical fiction and some things were based off actual history, but I didn't know the actual name of Guy Fawkes was used and that the gunpowder plot was real. But unfortunately, it gave me a spoiler because the internet is like that. It is super spoily, and you guys know I hate spoilers. Like, one of the worst things that about the bookish community and about the internet and about life is that it is full of spoilers. So I know, unless she changes it, maybe she does change it. It's historical fiction for a reason. But at least in real life, the gunpowder plot failed and he ended up dying and or being captured, so... Oh, and one thing I really wanted to see, like, I want to see more interaction with people using their color power in their everyday life. Because, like, Guy Fawkes, his color power is black, and he can, like, control things that are in shadow. So, like, I guess he can't really use his during the day. But, like, you think in the caves, if they undid the torches, everything would be in shadow, so he'd be able to move the dirt. Right? That makes sense, right? Probably not. And I don't get why Percy was like, if you tell him about the plot, I'll stab you in the back. It's like, Guy, he's been with you for a while. What do you think he's gonna say? King's gonna be like,
were you one of Dee's helpers?
Which isn't part of the plot or anything.
Oh yeah, I'm one of Dee's helpers, and I'm in a plot to kill you. So, can I go home now?
No, he wasn't gonna do that. Like, what was Percy thinking? I think Percy rides on some high emotions. Just, like, super high. And then he's all, like, stifling them in. But when really he wants to take out his sword and just, like, lean over a bit and chop off that guy's head. He's all like,
oh, igniters are bad. They kill innocent keepers.
And then he goes out and kills innocent igniters. So I'm just over here shouting hypocrite at the book, being like,
you hypocrite!
Okay, so I'm at Brown, and I'm happy I'm at Brown because it matches Obi-Wan Kenobi's robes. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, yeah, it's a coincidence. I mean, it's Brown, you know. You guys know. I don't know if I'll be able to start tonight because I got things I gotta do, and I've developed a headache, and I have a new story idea in my head, and I'm behind on my Bible reading. So, I have to go get to stuff. I'm hoping to read more in the morning, but until then, I'm just gonna throw some more aesthetics at you guys.
This bunny is carrying a basket. This, like, is animal cruelty. It falls under animal labor laws. Is that carrots or is that long bread? Is that French bread? Why do you have French bread? What are you carrying?
See. I think those are just eggs.
Oh, wait, yeah, I guess they could be eggs. I mean, this is an Easter. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Is it French bread? Or is it carrots? No, it's unhealthy things like Easter eggs.
Where did you get these eggs?
You don't lay eggs, you mammal!
It's the Easter bunny. Oh wait, no, Easter bunnies lay.
You know what the Easter bunny is? It's an egg warlord. Tyrant. Has underground chickens. It has genetically mutated them so they poop colorful eggs. They're not bred. They don't have babies like normal chickens. He makes them in a factory. And then they're like his little Frankensteins. He hates them, but they produce money, so he loves them. So those eggs, you see that sarcastic smile? The devil's in those eyes. Okay, wait. I think I'm just gonna... You know what? Actually, now it looks like the devil's even more in those eyes. Gotcha. It looks so scary. Actually, I don't even like this chocolate. So you're evil and you don't taste good.
What kind of chocolate
Karma.
is it?
No idea. I think it's milk chocolate. I mean, it's okay. But it's not something I want a whole snout full in my mouth at once. Okay.
You think you're so funny.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Okay, guys, last time I talked to you guys, I think it was like last night or whatever. It's like early to mid-afternoon right now, and I read all the way from, I read all the way from brown to white, which is a little bit less than 100 pages, I think, but yeah. Okay, I know my videos tend to get like, the more I make videos, the longer they seem to get because I take like so many pauses and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to summarize everything that I just read as quickly but thoroughly as possible. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that was a nice crack. Literally, like, I get like a little wimpy pop pop. But that was good. I'll never be able to do one of those again. Okay, so here we go. Dee is part of the plot. Thomas's mask is underway. Emma is betrothed. There's a super secret, mysterious, stone-stabbing knife man. Secret meetings, pastries, Emma's backstory. The gunpowder is retrieved. Dee is literally a parasite, and Thomas is stone. Okay, so yeah, I think that summarizes it pretty well, even though I really want to talk about it. Like, I shouldn't. Like, we finally got Emma's backstory, and I'm super proud about that because, like, I was like, how could they be involved? And then Henry doesn't actually have any color powder, and I'm just like, yay, ha, in your face, dude. And that sound is my cat chasing a fly. She's a tenacious hunter of the wild. Anyways, Thomas is turning back into stone, and he was healed, and it's super sad, but then now he's speaking to White Light, and White Light is, like, trying to sound less creepy, and it's starting to sound less creepy, and I predicted this, okay? I don't know if that's actually gonna happen yet, because I haven't read past White, but if you guys will recall, earlier on, I was like, the author wants us to think White Light is creepy, because it's acting creepy, but it's not gonna be creepy, it's actually gonna be, like, maybe it's like good or neutral or something like that. So yeah, I'm at White and it no longer matches his robes. Yeah, because if you recall, like when the super secret mysterious stone stabbing knife man attacked those other people, which we know is Dee, by the way, when he attacked those other people, they died pretty quickly. So yeah, Emma was right again. He's not good. She's always right. One thing I do want to say though is that, like, in the beginning this book was like, oh, this is cute, it's good, this is a nice story, but now, like, the more I'm reading into it, it's just like more and more information is being divulged and the plot is getting like thicker and thicker and more details are being added and there's like more layers to the story now, so it's more complex and I love it. Like it, love it, live it. I don't know what that was. Lick it, love it, live it. It almost sounds like I said lick it, love it, lick it. Literature. That was so weird. Remind me never to do that again. I don't know why, but for some reason, I won't die. Anyways, guys, I need something to distract from the way I cannot express the things that are happening in this book, so I am going to cue the aesthetics. Is it done? Did I do it? Can I stop smiling? That's hurts my face. Okay.
Good girl. Who's a good girl? Happy. Come pay for what you've done to Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, you can't eat him more. You bit him. Look at the dents. You can see the little tiny itsy bitsy cutesy wootsy tight marks.
Oh, I found a grasshopper!
Yeah, Ah, grasshopper.
Probably a grasshopper will jump off.
No, no, don't eat my book. Oh, Quixote! Quixote! Why would you do that? Quixote! What? Quixote! Quixote, you must pay for your crimes. Sure, just go on. Lick yourself while my book is now damaged.
Guys, I finished Fawkes. Oh my goodness, this book is absolutely amazing. I don't know how to put it in words how much I love this book. Okay, I'm just gonna get something out of the way. This could be super obvious, but I'm giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. I love this so much. Okay, so last time you guys saw me, I did one of these videos and I said I started white. Basically in one sitting, I went from white all the way to the end, from page 302 to 430. No, it wasn't one sitting. I actually went outside and was, you know, with our outside pets, and I read like 2 chapters, I think, but the mosquitoes started to get bad because I did it later in the day, and so I came back inside, talked with my sister a little bit, and I was just so stoked, okay? The only problem though, if I finished this book, and then I'm in my room, my sister's asleep, I'm alone with my thoughts, and it's so hard. I'm just like, how do I sleep after being revealed all of this awesomeness? You know what I mean? Like, it was really weird. Like, you're gonna think like I'm exaggerating a bit here, but this book like impacted me, and I slept awful last night. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, and like, you know when you're like half awake? You're awake and you're conscious that you're awake, but you're not fully awake. You're still like slightly off in dreamland in the haze. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. And so I kept waking up and like things about the book would pop into my head and I'd be like, oh wait, I need to sleep. You know what I mean? And this was amazing, guys. And another thing I want to tell you about is in the back of the book, the authors, she's got like author's notes or whatever, and she talks about what's real, you know, because this is a historical fantasy, and she tells you what's in the book is actually based off, you know, real life. And I didn't know this, but the names of the plotters are actually the names of the plotters in real life, so she didn't like change names. She added a character, and Thomas's character is actually based off an obscure document. So he may or may not have actually existed, even though we know nothing about him besides for the fact that he might have existed. So I think that's super cool. And then she made the characters die exactly how they died in real life. So I love that, guys. I love the mixing between history and fantasy, and a little spoiler here, one of my whips is about that too. But, well, it's not like about, you know, Guy Fawkes, but it's like a mix between history and fantasy. And it actually, I guess, could count, well, that one part as magical realism, but we're not going to dive into that. We're diving into this. I can't tell you guys how much I love this. She actually, and in the back, her acknowledgements are like just like super cute. And then she's got like discussion questions, and like I love it when the authors take the extra time to make something engaging in the back of the book. You know, instead of just like,
Oh, hello. I'm Martha. I live in Ohio, and I have 3 kids and 2 dogs, and I love knitting.
okay, not that those things are bad, it's just like, I don't want just a summary about the author. I want to engage with the author, and these were just so cute. She's got another book. Like, I haven't really looked into her books. Now that I have read this book and loved it, I want to go check out her other books, but this one's called Romanov. Pretty sure I'm saying that right. This book has, like, now that I finished the book, it's been making me think, how could I apply what I've learned through this book to my writing? And, like, I'm actually doing this video a little bit late. I meant to do it a little bit ago, but I got an idea for my whip, and I was like, I gotta go write this down, because my biggest struggle is having ideas and then I don't write them down because I'm naive and I always trick myself, because I have a very gullible mind, I always trick myself. I'll be able to remember that when I go back and get my notebook later. Right now I'm going to do something different. No. Future me who is editing this is just a reminder to you. And to my audience, this is a reminder to you. If you have a good idea, go write it down immediately. Unless you're one of those people with amazing memories. There have been very, very few books where I have the stereotypical book hangover. Like, you finish the book and you don't know what to do with yourself. You want to go pick up another book and read, but you're just like, but this book though. And very few books have done that to me, and I'm happy to say that this book did it. And can you guys tell that I can't help gushing over this book? This book is just, how do I praise it more? Like, should I tell you about the ending? Should I talk about the ending? What if I shouldn't? What if you guys don't want spoilers? Oh my goodness, why is this so hard? I complained about like, hey, why is the mask different on the cover when they say that they covered their faces in the book, but now I know why the mask is like this and why it's all like cracked. I don't know why, but when I read it, I didn't imagine it cracked. Do you know what I mean? But it's cracked here, and it did like mention like the light and fire that was coming off of it, and I thought that was so cool. So cool. And then I love the way that Emma got injured. She got injured without you knowing she got injured, but it told you she was injured. It was beautiful. It was like a double paradox there. I love the way that was written. Even though at the time I was reading it, I hated it. I was like, oh, you tricky, why did you do that? I needed to know immediately. But the only downside that I can say to this week of reading is that I had a bad coconut and my cat damaged the book. Quixote is crazy. And yes, I named my cat after the main character of my favorite book, because he totally acts like Don Quixote. As is subjected by this bite mark, he must have thought it was some perilous fiend obstructing my vision, drawing my attention away from the affection that I should have been giving him. One of the things is that, like, I really liked is that, you guys know Henry's kind of like the bad guy in this book, but he's not like fully bad. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't make the bad guy like 100% evil. You know? You see that he truly like loves and like wants to care for Emma. He really does care about her very deeply. But he's also being very controlling and obsessive, and that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just love how that was just another snippet in the book. You know, on top of the amazing arc that Thomas has, which is one of the best arcs I've seen in a character for a long time. We also have this small little moral side bit of Henry's side, and it's just because someone loves you deeply does not mean they're good for you, you know? And Emma really stands up to that beautifully. Like, when she came downstairs and she's like, I believe you're mistaken. I don't know why, but like my heart just like dropped and I was like, oh no, she's gonna deny both of them. And yeah, I thought that would have been like a really cruel plot twist, but thankfully that did not happen. If you can't tell, this book's left me slightly emotionally damaged, but I shall deal with it. Not emotionally damaged, but like, you know. And the whole thing with Guy Fawkes, man, that, like, there's not bad amount of gore, right? There's blood, there's carnage, there's skin ripping, stone crushing, yucky stuff in this book. But when she described the mask, Guy Fawkes' mask, like tarred and nailed to his face, that just like really got to me. Do you know what I mean? I felt it for a moment. I think that was one of my lowest points for the book. Just, yeah. I just want to reiterate, because I can't remember if I said it or not, this book had an amazing plot. I love the writing style. The character arc was absolutely amazing. She actually mentions, she based Emma's character off of a character from her favorite movie, and she mentions the movie in the book, and I want to, in true story, that deeply moved me and inspired me for Emma's character was the movie Belle. Never heard of it, but now I think I'm gonna go look into it. So I loved Emma's character as well, and I loved the side plot with Henry, and I loved how she intertwined the history into the fantasy just so smoothly, and she kept it, like, a lot of it, for being a fantasy, she kept a lot of it pretty true to life, and I love that about it. The only thing that I'm going to complain about this book is that I really wanted to know what the other color powers were, okay? Because we know red and brown and black and blue and green, but where's purple? Guys, where is purple? Purple, okay, is part of the rainbow, and Dee had a rainbow colored mask, okay? There's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet too, okay? So we didn't see orange power, at least not that I remember. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I think we did see yellow once, but I don't remember what it actually does, and I don't know if indigo would have counted as a different blue, but we definitely did not see any violet or purple power. That sounds really cool.
Purple power. Like, I want that to be a superhero now.
And I really want to know what it would be, because I feel like if I was in this world, I'd want purple, because purple is my favorite color. I mean, we see gray, but we don't see purple. Come on. I wish that was intertwined, and I wish we saw more of how, like, the color power was used in day-to-day life. But as complaints go, that is not, like, a harsh complaint at all. So I am extremely happy with this book. I recommend it to each and every single one of you. I'm throwing this book at you and I don't know why. Oh, you guys, if you're wondering what the strange jump cut was for, that's because my background decided to fall down and expose what is behind this mysterious curtain. So, I'm back, and I apologize for my poor editing skills. Now, I said at the end of this vlog I would go ahead and review the article series that Story Embers is doing. You know me, this video is long, and my future me, hi there, is going to be editing this, and at that time she will decide, I will decide, this is kind of weird that I'm doing right now, if she will decide, I will decide something, we'll decide if I should tack it on or make it its own video. So, if this video looks like it is about to end, that is because it is, and the review for the Story Embers article series will be in another video, which will probably come out about a week from now? No, 2 weeks. You know what? For a month. It will come out a month from now. You know what? Let's just be safe and say infinity. It will come out an infinity from now. That way you guys will never be disappointed about the time which I bring it out, because I warned you. It will come out an infinity from now. Somewhere within infinity. I mean, you can't put out something in infinity from now because that has no end, so that means never. That's good to know. Anyways, this is the end of the vlog. I appreciate you guys watching it thus far. Unless you just skipped around, then, you know, whatever. I do the same thing on other people's videos, so I can't complain. But I want to thank you for watching my first ever vlog. Thank you for listening to me badly ramble on about Fawkes. If it even sounded a tiny bit interesting to you guys, realize that I do not have the best communication skills, which in retrospect I should have thought about before I started a booktube. But this book is so much better than I am making it out to be. Great plot, great storyline, amazing arc, one of the best I've seen in a very long time. The characters are engaging, the magic system is very interesting, and I wish there was more of it. Like, I just want to know so much more, and this book will have you wanting to know what other books has this author written. Well, I'm going to be super predictable right now, and I'm going to say, stay safe, eat donuts, and please read some good books.